Hello, welcome to Gunna Gaming. Today we'll be focusing on the most hardest songs of the Persona Dancing franchise. If you don't want to know what Persona Dancing is, it's a rhythm game based off the Persona series. There are 3 of them so far: Persona 3 Dancing, Moonlight, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, and we'll be reviewing the hardest songs in my opinion. However, I don't have all the DLC songs, nor everything of the free DLC, so don't expect all the songs to be on the list. We'll only go through the songs I have, and make sure you all know it's in my opinion, so it doesn't matter about yours, it's my opinion what songs are the hardest to me. I will do an updated version once I get all the songs to show the actual hardest songs. Alright, so let's get the 10 hardest songs started. So we start with the 10th most hardest song in my opinion.
I'm cheering for you.
The remix of Time to Make History with dancer Kanji is one of the hardest. Now the reason for this is there's some crossing with the unison notes, which makes it super difficult. I was one time close and tried to get the king crazy, but this is just kind of irritating to get. Even when you change the notes directions, it would still be really difficult. But anyways, it's not the hardest. Like, there's a lot of easy parts of it. The only hard part is near at the end, or in, like, the near beginning. Like, really. Those are the only hardest parts of it, and they don't really annoy me. There's more songs in the game that would annoy me in Persona 4 Dancing All Night, but this one is not the most annoying. It survives in the 10th place, so it was hard enough to get in this place, but not enough to make go higher. In 9th place, we have Willpower, danced by Goro Kechi, featured in Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. It can also be played in Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight if you have that instead. Anyway, back to it. The song is not really difficult, and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight is one of the worst Persona dancing games at the time. But this song was actually a really good one and showed a little sign of difficulty. The reason I just rank it 9 at the list is, out of the other songs you can play, this one's one of the easiest DLC songs to beat once you have enough practice. Even with the difficulty modifiers, it was easy for me to beat them, but it took a little practice, I admit, a little practice in order to beat it. But in the end, once you get used to it, you know how to beat it. This song is a genius to use Goro Kechi, but really, this does not match the rhythm of the Song of Action. However, I'll admit this was good for content on YouTube. And the reason I rank it 9 is not the hardest. We still have a lot more hard songs to go, so let's continue on, shall we? In 8th place, we have the Weird Mass Destruction remix, featuring the dancer Kanemata. This song is weird because why is he holding a spear on his hands? I don't even know. Anyway, with the song, it starts off with single notes, which is sort of simple, but then soon it gets much faster, and that's where the challenging parts come in. It will not stop. You cannot take breaks. If you pause, you may just ruin the game your own self and just fail the stage as normal. It took some time to get a king crazy on this song, but hey, at least as such, I managed to get it. Focus on getting a lot of king crazies, but this one was one of the hardest ones. Now, the reason for this is that it's just really challenging, and even at the end, there's a surprising notes place in which there's more notes at, and it's surprising. Like, say, the song is over, hallelujah, got a king crazy. But then, ending comes, and more notes come in, and then, oh my god, wait, there's more? You fail the song, congrats. It takes practice to know all the notes, and it is just sort of hard. But not the hardest one on our list for the songs, because we'll show you more right now. Let's go!
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
In 7th place, we have another DLC song, Detective in Love. This is another DLC song based off the animation of Persona 4. Now, just because it's short, don't think it's not hard. It actually is sort of a difficulty, because It takes some practice, since first of all, there's some surprising note pop-ups, there's some little hold notes, a lot of unison notes in all night difficulty, and really a lot of ring swiping. It could hurt your finger, but that's the whole point. It's a difficult song, if that. And not really the hardest, but for an animation song, it is much more difficult than Key Plus Words. Yes, I actually agree. Key Plus Words was much easier than this. But then again, it was high enough to reach this list, and here comes the little hold notes, and now we can move on to the next song. Let's go! In 6th place, we have Light the Fire Up in the Night with Akihiko Sanada. This song is quite difficult to get the hang of, but not the hardest still. With this song, I've changed the note locations to make it much easier, but sometimes the notes are way too slow and can make it really difficult. In any ways, you need a lot of practice in order to complete the song. You need to try your best on it, but it's sort of fast and sort of slow at times, which sometimes it can get a bit confusing, and sometimes notes are kind of hard to hit on the random note paths. And such, it is a good song, if that. Like, I mean, you can't not disagree that Akihiko is a good dancer. So, yeah, this song is at least good and sort of difficult, if that. We put it at number 6 because it took me a lot of practice to get a King Crazy on it. Well, we got more to go with, so let's continue onward. And with this, we officially move on to the top 5 hardest songs. These songs hold their titles on the list because of their irritating modes in which they make things really difficult. In which ways, it could be really annoying to beat them, as sometimes, since it will take too much practice that some people don't want to take. Well, as such, let's move on to the top 5 hardest songs, starting with the number 5 hardest.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
In the Heavens remix, we have a special guest, the Japanese singer Hatsune Miku, making a difficult song right here. Now, with the modifiers, not hard, but it is difficult with the modifiers. It even itself could be really difficult for some players, and takes normally a lot of practice since it's a DLC song. With 2 full bars and 2 extra stars, it is really difficult. You're gonna need a lot of practice to beat this song of Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku is already an annoying rhythm game, but you can get irritated by this song itself. This is why it would take a lot of practice. Even in the nearest part, you will see one note where you hold note, on another side you have to hit a single note, and then you have to hit the hold note again. That is quite difficult, or, you know, only actual good pros at this game would actually beat this song, including the other DLC songs. Like, I managed to get a King Crazy on this, and it took a lot of practice. And I'm just temporarily trying to beat it with the mods on. Well, as such, there's much more difficult songs than this. Why don't we go see it? As we move into the 4th entry, we go to Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, with the final stage in it, Burn My Dread, with the dancer Makoto Yuki and the rest of the C's team. Now this song obviously makes you upset when you lose. There's a lot of minutes in this song, which makes it super long and just makes you wish it was over early just to get that King Crazy. There's a lot of confusing notes in it, including double taps, unison notes, hold notes, a lot of scratches, and some confusing misses. Like, you could actually miss a note or get a good just by hitting it. Like, it's really confusing to know where the notes are, and it takes a lot of practice to beat the song. The reason we put this high is that, other than the other songs like Reach Out to the True stage performance and Our Beginning Yell to Bow With, the reason for this is, well, it's just really difficult. It's the hardest of them all. Holding in with 2 full bars and an extra star, this holds on as one of the hardest songs in Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, and honestly, one of them in the entire history of Persona 5, the Persona Dancing franchise. We hold it there. This is actually one of my favorite songs, and it got me addicted to the song itself. I love it, and I just keep trying to get a better score at it every time. I honestly will love it forever and ever. It's just a really good song.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Which one's harder?
If you knew Persona more than me, you know that Break Out Of was a really good song. Well, in the number 3 spot, we have Break Out Of with the dancer Mari. Another DLC song that is actually really difficult. With the same difficulty as Hatsune Miku, she holds a hard song. Like, the mix-up is there's a lot of swipes, a lot of unison notes. You have to hold notes and, as such, swipe and hold other notes while doing it stuff. And the song could get quite annoying because the notes are sort of slow in normal mode. So that's why I suggest you use the faster song modifier to make things easier. But really, I love this song as much as the next one, but this song took more practice than Hatsune Miku did. I mean, really, this is just difficult. And as such, if you dare get this and try to get a King Crazy, don't suspect it to be easy because of these rings, swipes, and other stuff. But if you manage to get a King Crazy, you'll be heavily rewarded with your own proud self. And you think, what could be much more difficult than this song? Well, for the number 2 spot, it's just real annoying. In number 2, we have the hardest song of Persona 5 Dancing at Starlight, the free DLC itself, Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, Atlas Kazuka remix. This song is just really difficult. There's a lot of stuff you need to deal with, like unison notes colliding with single notes, and you have to click them very fast. Makes it very difficult just to beat. And as such, the song goes awfully really fast. Like, really. And no one wants, and we thought this was gonna be an English song. Come on! This is Japanese. This also made, this goes on the scale with two full bars and 4 extra stars, making the difficult DLC song of Persona 5 Dancing at Starlight. And it's free, so if you have the game, you can go try it out for yourself and see if you can actually get a King Crazy. I don't have it yet, but really, you're all gonna ask, but what song is gonna be much harder than this? You always said it was the most hardest song in Persona 5 Dancing at Starlight. Well, the living nightmare is not this. It's in the best Persona dancing game. I'll say it right now.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
You knew it was coming. In the number 1 spot, we hold The Fog, Atlas Konishi remix, featuring the dancer, Toru Adachi. This song, it was just a living nightmare for me to complete. As such, the beginning is already difficult enough, but in the next parts, it gets really, really hard. And not in a good way. It gets impossible. You have to feature in da 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 da, and then you gotta hold a lot of notes that go really short, and you gotta hold notes while swiping. It just features a lot of difficult things, and that'll make you rage-filled. The first time it took me a lot of practice, and I feel relieved after that. I said I wasn't gonna do another one, but I thought, heck, I should do another one. So I used Monterus. And this made me hard. Like, it was just so difficult just to complete it. I almost gave up, but I just kept trying, and I finally actually got a King Crazy. The video you're actually seeing this right now is me actually getting the King Crazy. And I felt relieved after I said, Jesus finally got it again. I mean, oh my god, this was the living nightmare that made Persona 4 Dancing All Night one of the hardest Persona dancing games ever. Wobbing in with the same difficulty as Tanaka's Amazing Commodities in a much harder way, this holds the most hardest song in all Persona history. But one of my favorites still. I keep hearing it every day, and it's one of my favorite songs. And as such, this ends off our list for the most hardest songs of the entire Persona dancing franchise. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please go like and subscribe. I'm just gonna keep this Fog Atlas Konishi remix video playing right now to just show you all the stuff I had to go through. Torture you, Mangus! Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to stop thinking about this song being so hard before I go literally mad. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm rocking it, huh? What'd you think? Yep. What'd you think? Yep. I'm rocking it, huh? It's time to get down.
Feel my passion.
Might as well let loose once in a while, right? What'd you think?
That went well.
Man, this is starting to get kind of fun.
That went well.
I'm rocking it, huh?
He's really moving with the flow.
Oh my gosh! What a fine job, leader! You've got some guts, still in the spotlight like that. I'm rocking it, huh? I'm rocking it, huh?
King Crazy!
I guess my dancing's even better than my magic tricks.
Amazing. That was a perfect dance.
Whoa, did I do better than last time? Way to go, me!
That was even better than usual.